If you think lower mortgage rates always means a better deal, it's not exactly what you think or the whole story. Right now, one of the biggest tactics in the real estate game is being misused by agents, misunderstood by buyers and sellers, and totally misrepresented online. I'm talking about temporary mortgage rate buydowns. It's delivered as a magical upsell to a buyer that drops the interest rate for the first 1 or 2 years. And here's the truth. Used right, killer strategy. Used wrong, financial hangover waiting to happen. In this video, I'm breaking it all down. What a temporary rate buydown really is, why buyers and builders are offering them, and how buyers can use them without getting burned. If you're new here, I'm Karl, your San Diego realtor, and I've been helping buyers and sellers navigate this market since 2004. And a big part of that is cutting through the hype to help you make smart, confident real estate decisions. If you're in the market right now, buying or selling, you need to know how this works, because the last thing you want to do is fall in love with a low payment and wake up stuck with the real one. So let's break it down the way it should have been explained from the start. So what is a temporary rate buydown? It's not a miracle deal. It's a short-term discount, one that only works if you understand the math and don't end up paying for it yourself. Here's the breakdown. A 1.0 buydown drops your interest rate by 1% in year 1. A 2.1 buydown gives you 2% off in year 1, 1% off in year 2, and then back to normal. The 3.2.1 steps down for 3 years, but it's rare in today's market. The 2.1 is the most common, so let's just use that for now. Say you're buying $1 million home with 10% down. Your loan is $900,000. If the market rate is 7%, a 2.1 buydown gives you a 5% interest rate in year 1, a 6% interest rate in year 2, and then you get 7 from year 3 onward. That interest rate reduction can save you $1,000 to $1,200 a month in year 1. That's some real money. But here's the thing, someone has to pay for it up front. And if the someone is you, the buyer, you're basically prepaying interest with more cash at closing. In most cases, it's a terrible trade-off. If the seller is offering to cover it, grab it. It's a strategic win. More breathing room during your first years in the home while you budget for repairs, furniture, or life settling in. But if your agent or lender tries to pitch this and you're footing the bill, walk away. Or better yet, run the math and then run away. Now let's flip to the seller side, because if you're trying to attract buyers right now, this strategy could make a huge difference. A lot of sellers think right now the only way to get attention is to drop the price, but here's the truth. A $10,000 price cut might lower a buyer's monthly payment $60. A $20,000 cut, still only $120. Meanwhile, a 1% rate reduction through a buydown can save buyers $500 to $600 a month. See the difference there? It's huge. Buyers don't shop based on price, they shop based on monthly payment. And if you can show them how you can lower their payment without touching your asking price, you just gave yourself a major edge. Offering a temporary rate buydown isn't about tricking anybody. It's about making your home stand out among others. It's about increasing perceived value, attracting more serious buyers and giving them a reason to act. More eyeballs, more offers, less chance of a price reduction later on. Now let's get back to talking about buydowns for buyers, because this is where I see people get tripped up. A lower monthly payment sounds amazing, and it is. But the worst thing you can do is let a temporary rate buydown convince you that you can afford more house than you actually can. Because here's the deal, that low rate, as we discussed, it's not forever. If you're buying with a 2.1 buydown, for example, you're going to have 5% to 6% and then landing at 7 in year 3. That's your real payment. That's what you need to be ready for. And if your budget only works with that 5% rate, we've got a problem. Too many buyers make the mistake of budgeting for year 1 and then hoping they'll refinance before year 3. And yeah, rates might come down, but what if they don't? What if your income changes or you need cash for something else and refinancing isn't on the table? You don't want to gamble your housing budget on a maybe. So here's the smart play. If the seller's covering the buydown, awesome. Use it as a bonus. But always qualify yourself at the final interest rate. Make sure you're good with the worst case scenario. And treat the lower payment like a head start, not a lifeline. You can use that extra monthly savings to build a repair fund, pay down the principal, or create some breathing room as you settle into the home. That's how you use a buy down wisely, by building a cushion and not dependency. You don't want to wake up in year 3 shocked by the payment. You want to be ready for it. Better yet, you want to actually outgrow it financially by then. And if rates drop and you refinance, even better. Now you're winning from both sides. So let's bring this together. A rate buy down only makes sense when you use it strategically, not emotionally. If you're a buyer, you must be comfortable with the full payment once the discount ends. You must be okay if rates don't drop or refi options aren't better in 2 years. You need to treat the lower payment like a bonus, not a budget. If you're banking on refinancing before the rate kicks in, that's not a plan, that's a gamble, and the market doesn't owe you a better deal later. But if you're getting a seller paid buy down and you'd be fine staying in the home even if the rate stays where it is, that's where this works. If you're a seller, this is one of the strongest incentives you can offer right now. It creates urgency without a price cut, and it helps you compete with similar listings by increasing buyer affordability in the short term, which is exactly what today's buyers are struggling with. Done right, it's a win-win. Done wrong, it's a monthly payment hangover waiting to happen for the buyer, as I mentioned earlier. So, is a rate buy down a good idea? Only if you understand it. If you're a buyer, don't get hypnotized by the teaser rate. Run the numbers and know your true costs. If you're a seller, don't assume buyers want discounts. Help them afford the home by offering real value. Now, quick reality check. Just because you're seeing temporary rate buy downs all over the place doesn't mean they're available with every home. Like anything in real estate, this is a case-by-case negotiation. Some sellers are willing to offer this to a buyer as an incentive, especially if their home's been sitting on the market or they want to stand out. Others, not so much. So don't expect this on every deal, but definitely keep it in your back pocket as a powerful negotiating tool when the situation calls for it. Either way, if you're in the San Diego housing market and want someone who actually knows how to structure a smart deal, reach out. My contact info is in the description below. And if this video helped clarify a few things or saved you from making a $600 a month mistake, consider hitting like or subscribe for more. Maybe even check out one of my other videos if you have the time and want to learn more about the San Diego housing market. I've got more deep dives just like this one. As always, I'm Karl, your San Diego realtor. I'll see you next video.